Yes, begin.
Okay, ma'am. Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
ここにいるすべての人、いかににしていさとします。
Greetings to all and one present over here.
Today is 6th August, and on this day in 1945, the United States dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan.
The blast killed more than 70,000 people and destroyed most of the city in an effort to hasten the World War II.
Today, our class
7E
is going to tell you
more about the incident through
skits, posters, reports.
and much more.
Hajime Mashu.
Let's start. First up, we have got a PPT presentation by Tashif that will tell us about the events prior to the war. Tashif.
Yes. The attack on Pearl Harbor was a surprise military strike by the Imperial Japanese Navy Air Service upon the United States against the naval base at Pearl Harbor in Honolulu on December 7, 1941. The attack led to the United States' formal entry into World War II the next day. Japan intended the attack as a preventive action to keep the United States Pacific Fleet from interfering with its planned military actions in Southeast Asia against overseas territories of the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, and United States. Over the course of 7 hours, they were coordinating Japanese attacks on the US-held Philippines, Guam, and Wake Island, and on the British Empire in Malaya, Singapore, and Hong Kong. On August 6, 1945, at 8:15 a.m., the United States dropped the first wartime atomic bomb over Hiroshima, Japan, a bustling regional hub that served as an important military communications center, storage depot, and trooping gathering area. The bomb, code-named Little Boy, denoted with an estimated 15,000 tons of TNT, destroying 5 square miles of the city, and by the end of 1945, injuries, radiation sickness had raised the death toll to more than 1 lakh. In subsequent years, cancer and other long-term radiation effects steadily drove the number higher.
I guess it was very informative to learn about the events that happened prior to and after the bomb blast.
Well, there were many campaigns before and after the World War.
What is a campaign, by the way?
Kind of silly question, but anyways, our next presenter, Kinjal, will be answering the question asked.
What is and when was anti-war, anti-nuclear movement? Anti-nuclear movement is social movement that opposes various nuclear technologies like nuclear weapons and nuclear power plants. It was in late 1950s. What is and when was anti-war movement? An anti-war movement, also anti-war, is a social movement usually in opposition to a particular nation's decision to start or carry on an armed conflict unconditional of a maybe existing just cause. It was in 1965.
Now I get it. By the way, a war can be called a war unless it uses weapons. The next person, Akash, is going to tell us more in depth about it.
Weapons used in World War II are Weapons used in World War II are revolver, pistol of different modes. Some missiles, machine guns, submachine gun rifle, mortar, anti-tank weapons, flamethrowers, sidearms, etc. On September 1, 1939, Hitler invaded Poland from the west. 2 days later, France and Britain declared war on
Invaded.
Germany.
It's invaded, beta. Hitler invaded.
Invaded Germany, beginning World War II. On September 17, Soviet troops invaded Poland from the east, so by this the countries fought by each other and the World War once again started.
So, our next presenter, Atharva, is going to recite a poem written by himself.
Peace disrupted. Peace disrupted, people died. Don't start a war which has bombs and missiles. Kids were learning, people were working. America bombarded like she was the only queen. Bring back the people, bring back the peace. Destroy the things which are opposite of it. Fire raged, tears spilled, blood scattered. Each and every death in this war matters. Atomic and nuclear were the bombs and blew up the city, blew up the place which were pretty and calm.
Thank you for the heart-touching poem. The next person is a very famous reporter when it comes to disasters. Please welcome Miss Avantika.
Ohio, Mina. Hello, everyone. Japan marks 76 years of Hiroshima and Nagasaki since nuclear attack. This day, 6th August, has been a very significant one in the history of World War II. It was the first nuclear bomb attack that shook the world. Lakhs of civilians were killed and the city devastated by this unexpected terror. Talking to any survivor was deeply moving experience. The sight of burning, melted bodies and flesh was scary after the attack. On 6 August 1945, United States of America dropped the uranium bomb above the city of Hiroshima, killing around 140,000 people. 3 days later, a second nuclear weapon was dropped on Nagasaki. 2 weeks later, Japan surrendered, ending World War II. Why this happened? Because Germany surrendered to Allied forces in May 1945, but World War II continued in Asia as the Allies fought Imperial Japan. The United States believed that dropping a nuclear bomb would make Japan weak and surrender. The recorded death toll is estimated as 140,000 of Hiroshima and at least 75,000 people of Nagasaki. Japan surrendered on 14 August 1945. A moment of silence is observed every year at 8:15, exactly the time bomb was dropped. This held every year at the Peace Park of the city. After so many years of this black day, the government reconfirms its commitment to a nuclear-free world. This is Avantika Singh from 7E ending my news report. Thank you.
Thank you for your news report and information, Avantika. Now let's go on to some visual learning. Our next presenters, Shah, Saad and Slok, are going to have prepared a skit for all of us.
Stop this.
Samriti, can you stop this? Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Today, my friend and I are going to perform a skit. Hope you will enjoy it. Hey, friend, what is your name?
My name is Shigeru Matsumoto. Continue.
What is the meaning of that?
It means hello.
Okay, but you don't look like an Indian.
I'm not an Indian. I'm a Japanese.
Oh, where do you live in Japan?
I live in Hiroshima.
What? Are you the survivor of the Hiroshima attack?
Yes, I am the survivor of Hiroshima attack.
Oh my God, can you please tell me in brief what happened in the attack? I'm a journalist and I would like to write a newspaper article.
No, I feel very sad every time I think about that. I feel like crying.
Don't worry, sir. You can tell me freely.
Okay, I will tell you what happened. There were no alarms or signals on the morning of August 9, 1945. We had been hiding out in the local bomb shelter for several days, but one by one, people started to head home. My siblings and I played in front of the bomb shelter entrance, waiting to be picked up by our grandfather. Then at 11:20 a.m., the sky turned bright white. My siblings and I were knocked off our feet and violently slammed back into the bomb shelter. We had no idea what had happened. As we said, we were shell-shocked and confused. Heavily injured burn victims came stumbling into the bomb shelter. The skin had peeled off their bodies and faces and hung limply down on the ground. Many of the victims collapsed as soon as they reached the bomb shelter entrance, forming a massive pile of controlled bodies. My siblings and I were trapped in there for 3 days. Finally, my grandfather found us and we made our way back to our home. I will never forget the hellscape that awaited us. So, this was the situation there.
Oh, it must have been a very dangerous and fearful situation for you.
I just hope that everyone lives in peace.
I'm sorry, friend. Now I have to leave now as my destination has come. But remember, if you need any help, you can contact me at any time. Here is my phone number.
Okay, friend. Thank you. Sayonara.
Now that we are done with skits, poems, and presentations, now let's talk a bit about journals. Journals are one of the most antique ways of writing diaries. Our next representatives, Alafia and Purva, are going to talk about their journals.
And before they do so, I would really love to thank Saad and Shlo for their wonderful skit performance. Purva?
Nagasaki is a Japanese city on the northwest coast of the island of Kyushu. It's set on a large natural harbor with buildings on the terraces of surrounding hills. It is synonymous with a key moment during World War II. After suffering an Allied nuclear attack in August 1945, the event of memorized at the City Atomic Bomb Major Museum and Peace Park. Thank you.
Now Alafia will share her.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki are two cities in Japan that got bombarded by the USA in August 6 and 1945. The bombs killed almost over 120,000 people. Orders were issued on 25th July for atomic bombs to be used against Nagasaki, Hiroshima, Kokura, and Niigata. The atomic bombs caused diseases, radiation sickness, and injuries. These targets were specifically chosen because they had large urban areas that also held military significant facilities. Japan surrendered to the Allies on 15 August. The Japanese government signed the instrument of surrender on September to ending the war. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation, Alake and Purva. Now let's go through some artistic features of this program. I welcome Kartike, Siddhi, and Dipanshu to show us what they've got.
Yes. In War II, US has spotted an atomic bomb in Hiroshima in 1945 on 6th of August, and lots of people were killed till 1 lakh. Then the 90,000 of buildings were collapsed, and now only 28,000 were left. After 3 days, again, the atomic bomb was spotted in Nagasaki at 9th of August, and again, people were killed till 1 lakh. So we say no to war, yes to peace. Thank you.
Samriddhi, move on to the next one. Kartik is not responding.
Okay. Now it's Dipanshu's turn to show us what he has done.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dipanshu. Today I am going to speak few lines on Hiroshima Day. It is a day of remembrance where thousands of people killed in World War II. In 1945, August 6th, the United States dropped an atomic bomb in the city of Hiroshima, Japan, by an American B-29 bomber and the nuclear bomb named Little Boy. The blast took the lives of thousands and also destroyed the future generations because of the radiation. So every year on this day, let us we know opportunity to create and analyze about the day of nuclear weapon. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your presentation, Kartikeya and Purva and Dipanshu. Of course, Kartikeya did not came, but I really want to thank him for his contribution as well.
Our show is coming to an end, but before that, we would like to show you all an animation created by one of our own class students, Sujal.
Hello, friends. Today we will see what was the conflict between America and Japan and the history of Hiroshima and Nagasaki Day. So let's get started.
さあ、I was thinking that the world ice facing was in which America is not interested, so I was thinking that we should plan a nuclear attack.
Not a bad idea. I think that we should talk to the president first. Sir, I have an idea. We should fire nuclear attacks on America. Can we have your permission?
Yes, you have my permission to make missiles to fire on America.
After taking the permission from the president, they fired the missiles on America. Now let's see what happens next.
How dare they fired missiles on our country when we are not interested? We should give them a strong response. What do you think about it, President?
I agree with you. We will also make nuclear attacks on the places of Japan named Hiroshima and Nagasaki. After making missiles and firing it on Japan, the people there are crying and apologizing. Why did we fire on America when not needed? Now we are in great loss.
You are right, we didn't needed to fire on America.
So I hope you like this small animation video. Till then, take care and peace out.
Hello, friends.
Now comes the most interesting part of our show. And that is, now Avantika is going to show us a big myth about Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Now, should I stop share?
There is a popular story of Sadako, who was 2 years old and 2 kilometers away from the atomic bomb. When it was dropped on Hiroshima, most of Sadako's neighbors died, but Sadako wasn't injured at all, at least not in any way people could see. Up until the time Sadako was in the 7th grade, 1955, she was normal, happy girl. However, one day during a school race that she helped her team win, she extremely tired and dizzy. This got worse and worse until one day Sarako became so dizzy that she fell down and was unable to get up. Her schoolmates informed the teacher, and Sadako's parents took her to the Red Cross hospital to see what was wrong with her. Sadako found out that she had leukemia. At that time, they called leukemia a bomb disease. There was a low.
Thank you, Avantika, for saying us the beautiful legend about Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Sadly, this is the end of our presentation. We would like to thank our participants and of course our teachers for giving us this opportunity to showcase our talents to you. Remember, say no to war and yes to peace. Sayonara.
Sayonara. And let's have some 2-minute silence for the victims who were in World War II. Thank you and sayonara.